back again, and I'm going to continue with another video for the people on WorldNet Daily. There's also this debate that I actually probably started because I'm goading these people into trying to realize the point that's being made, not by me, but by Christ, when he is doing these things in front of the Pharisees. And I started by saying, okay, now, Christ is breaking the Sabbath by doing works. And then almost immediately I knew it would happen. People would come back and say, with their technical arguments, why he is or he isn't breaking the Sabbath. And what none of them realize. Now, this is what the liberal theologians will tell you. He's being Christ, an agitator. He's doing this to make the Pharisees mad. Do you want to know what he is actually doing? Christ, what he's actually doing, the deeper spiritual truth that the Hebrews were supposed to understand and know? Number one, he is breaking the Sabbath. Not because he's breaking it, it's because he fulfilled it. The law points to Christ. That was how they were to recognize him when he got there. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 6. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 12. Christ is the better covenant. He is the one changing the law by fulfilling it. When he is before the Pharisees, he is there doing these things. He told the woman that was caught in adultery, your accusers are not here. I do not accuse you either. Technically, Christ, according to the law, should have blew away, vaporized the Pharisees, and then blew away and vaporized the woman. Because they were teaching traditions of men through all the other Talmuds and whatever else man devised later. And he should have blasted the woman for being an adulteress. But what did he do? In full view of the Pharisees, he forgave her. Who forgives? God. God changed water into wine. God walked on water. God resurrected people. God touched dead bodies and brought them back alive. According to the Hebrews, that's bad. He was doing this in full view of them, presenting his credentials to them as the Messiah. How many people do you know walking around were healing people? How many people do you know could forgive someone based upon their own authority? How many people do you know took a loaf of bread and a basket full of fish, or a fish and a basket full of bread, and fed 5,000 males, not including their families, which could be as high as 20,000 people? Who on earth could do that? So while I drew these people on WorldNet Daily into this stupid little nitpicking argument about whether he's breaking the law or not, was to get them to realize you have one of two options, as a human and as a Jew. He is either breaking the Sabbath, or as God, fulfilling the Sabbath, bringing the better covenant in their full view as prophesied by the Bible, the Old Testament. It's only one of two things. They chose the wrong thing and chose to kill him. They did not realize what was standing before them, doing only things that God could do. Never mind the debate of whether it was nitpickingly breaking this Sabbath or not doing this or doing that. He is the changer of the law. He came as the new and better covenant. He is God. How hard is that to understand? And that is also going out to the person on WorldNet Daily that's a Jew that's challenging me on whether it's really breaking the law or not. Well, John 5:17, John the writer under inspiration of the Holy Spirit says Christ was doing works. Christ said, I'm doing works because the Father does works. His people that are the priests, that are supposed to be his priests, should understand and know that by him saying and doing those things in their presence, that they're his priests. He is their God. They should be doing the same thing. They should be believing upon him and healing everyone in sight. What do? He's breaking the law. Let's strip him up some more. Let's send him some more instances where he can do this. And just damn themselves even further, because every time he did those miracles in front of them and they rejected him, they have one destination. Thank God that when the tribulation gets to the point where the Jews' backs are in the corner, that they're going to recognize their God, and they're going to call upon his name, and he's going to come down and slaughter anyone who stands opposed to him. And he is going to set up his rule on this earth with a rod of iron. This is the future. Thank God that when the Antichrist steps into the temple and proclaims himself to be God, and institutes some kind of Marx system, that the Jews who see this that are living in Judea flee. They flee into the mountains. And by the way, when that happens, it's going to be because Israel has enlarged itself, because it defeated the Psalm 83 war and most likely the Ezekiel 38-39 war. God's going to have a place set up for their protection. People say Petra. Well, that's in Jordan. Jordan isn't going to be in existence then. It's going to be part of Israel. Oh, there's so much that's going on that people do not realize because they read into a book with Western eyes and don't understand it, or they're Hebrew and they look at these occurrences where Jesus was doing this and they killed him for breaking the law, for claiming to be God. He told them what he was doing, who he was, by his very actions. They realized that he claimed to be God, or he's equal with God. Let's kill him. Ah! It's mind-numbing. People don't get this. Alright, my rant's over. You guys can tear me apart all you want. Doesn't change the facts. Bye.